Good morning and welcome to your Farm and Home Show. I'm Kristi Shive, and this morning we're visiting with LaToya Drake. She's the Program Coordinator for the Media and Marketing for the Nutrition Education Program for the University of Kentucky. Good morning, LaToya.
Good morning, Kristi.
LaToya, thank you so much for coming back on the show. It looks like you have something delicious for us today. But LaToya, I know you wanted to talk to us about National Nutrition Month.
Yeah, we just wrapped up National Nutrition Month. National Nutrition Month is every March of each year. But this year in 2022, we're focused on celebrating a world of flavors, which I really appreciate because I love to eat different foods from different diverse backgrounds. I just love different flavor profiles. I love trying new foods. So I think it's awesome to celebrate this in the month of March and beyond, right? To diversify our diets, right?
Definitely. It's an opportunity for us to learn so many things.
Yeah, and we can embrace our own cultures, right, as well as the cultures of other folks. Like I really appreciated African heritage diet, but I also appreciate Chinese diets as well as Mexican flavor diets, and that we're going to make a Mexican flavor recipe today.
Okay, so what are you making for us?
What are we making? We've got our plated up Kentucky Proud Tex Mex squash casserole, right? And this is one of our plated up Kentucky Proud recipes, and it's also food stamp or EBT friendly, which I really appreciate. It has few ingredients, super easy to make. I've got some of these ingredients made up now, Kristi. I've got the spaghetti squash, which I drain lots of the fluid out of. I've got my ground beef and my red peppers and my onions, as well as garlic that it calls for. I've got my tomatoes, my fresh tomatoes with my green chilies, and I've got cheese and I've got some cilantro. So super easy. This recipe is low carb and super delicious. So I'm making this first layer of spaghetti squash. I love spaghetti squash because look at it. It's the shape of spaghetti and it's a great low carb option. So I've got this spaghetti squash going, got my recipe over here. So I've got the first layer of spaghetti squash. Let me put a little bit more. I'm excited to see this baked up because it looks gooey and delicious and just an awesome option instead of noodles or carbs. So the next layer is our ground beef.
Now, LaToya, did you season the ground beef with anything?
So it had ground cumin and then it had cayenne pepper as well. Okay. So it has a little kick to it. So this should be really tasty. So I'm doing about half of our meat. So we've got a layer of fresh tomatoes mixed with 4 ounces of green chilies, right? Super easy to mix that together. It gives it the flavor of those chilies. I put that layer of tomatoes and chilies on top of my meat layer. Then I added cheese. And now I'm starting back with my squash again, right? My spaghetti squash.
Oh, okay. So adding another layer.
Yeah, kind of like, just like any casserole, how casseroles are layered. You know how we've got our lasagnas that are layered. But like we said, the good thing about this is low carb. If that's what you're into.
Yes. Now, LaToya, you mentioned Plan, Eat, Move. Can you tell us a little bit more about Plan, Eat, Move?
I love Plan, Eat, Move. It's our website, right, Kristi? And that's a free resource site that has an abundance of materials, right? Talking about planning your menu to have the healthiest menu on a budget, getting moving, right? It's going to give you some activities to get you going, get you start moving. And then it's going to give you activities to eat. So Plan, Eat, Move. So there's an abundance of recipes on that website, including this recipe, as well as at least 200 more. And we're adding more every day.
Wonderful. It truly is such an amazing resource. And you do such a good job of promoting and telling people about the website. So you've got your vegetable, you've got your protein, and even dairy. This sounds like such a delicious recipe, LaToya.
You can cook your spaghetti squash in the microwave even. I did it in the oven. You can also do your spaghetti squash, and I've seen it in the slow cooker. For information about cooking and different things, you can always reach out to your local extension service. The final steps are more cheese, right? So I'm just spreading this cheese out evenly. And then I've got about a tablespoon here of cilantro.
Now, do we need to bake this at all?
Yeah, we're going to bake this for about 20 minutes.
Oh, LaToya, it looks absolutely delicious. Thank you so much for being with us today. For more recipe inspiration, be sure to check out planeatmove.com.